taken on a date by a man who you get the sense couldn't afford it. So without further ado, I am your host, Tanya TKO. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a certified life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. I'd like to give a special shout out to those who are on the text notification squad. Go ahead and throw up your tens. Go ahead, let me see those tens in the house. Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And if you don't know, the TKO text squad are the special group of people who get the notification before we go live each and every day. And you all help sponsor the show. You get your notifications. We also have meetings and broadcasts off platform. And let's see, I feel like something is missing here. Oh, all right, there we go. All right, so welcome in, everybody. Welcome. We're going to be playing this video, and I want to see your thoughts on it. I'm going to be opening up the phone lines, so make sure that you get ready. Hey, y'all, just Jay, Dash, Erica, Tina, Angela, Joy. Oh, Angela's here. You all are up late tonight. Chandra, welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nurse, welcome in, everyone. Meow. All right, so without further ado, look, we're broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter Periscope. I just turned it on Facebook. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's look at what we have here. Oh my.
Man, that place was bomb. Hey, yep, I valeted over here.
Okay, thank you so much for the food.
What? Why you give me a hug?
Thank you. I'm just.
I valeted over here though.
Oh, you parked here?
Yeah, come on,
Okay,
I parked up here.
I already called me an Uber. You don't have to take. You don't have
What?
to give me a ride.
What do you mean you called you an Uber?
Yeah, you don't have to give me a ride. I already called myself an Uber. Thank
Well,
you.
Yeah, I
Thank you
mean,
for
you ain't
inviting me
coming.
out.
You ain't coming with me.
Coming with you? Why would you? I didn't
My
know
crib. I don't know.
Your crib? I didn't know we were supposed to go.
I mean, I didn't either until you ordered that $600 meal.
What?
What?
What do you mean 600? What
I
do you
mean,
mean?
what you
invited
ordered?
me
You
out.
don't understand that big old steak you just ordered?
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to see the Salt Bay, dude.
So?
So I'm
We had a
saying,
good
like,
time.
what?
Wait,
Wait.
I
So
thought
you're
you
really
had a-
trying to leave me?
I thought you had a good time overall.
I had a great
I
time.
thought we were
That
gonna
wasn't
see
the
him
thing.
too, but we didn't like.
That ain't the
end up
thing.
seeing
You
him.
gotta hear me out. That ain't the thing. I'm saying, like, I just wanted to come. I know dude from social media, so I thought we was gonna come and, I was gonna try a couple appetizers and stuff. But after you ordered the steak, I figured you was really into me, if you know what I'm saying.
No, well, we're at this place where they have.
Nah, man,
these
you don't get it,
amazing-
man.
They have
You
these
don't get it.
amazing steaks.
I
What
mean,
do
who you
want me
think I
to
am,
do?
Big Meat? You think I'm Big Meat?
Well,
know?
why would you bring me here then?
What do you mean? You recommended this. Why would you bring me here? I said I wanted to go on a date.
Well, excuse
We
me.
could have walked around, hold hands on South Beach or something. You know what I'm saying? I
you
could have got you a
serious
rose
right
or something simple.
Don't make me feel bad about.
No. Make me feel bad. How am I making you feel bad? I'm
Because
just saying,
you're
maybe we can go
saying
get
I
some hookah.
chose
I'm not
this
trying to
place.
like saying
you're
that you should
saying-
come to my
you're
house, but
saying I'm
you
wrong for
could come to my
choosing
house.
this place
I'm just
and
saying,
ordering.
I ain't saying come to my house. I just
Listen,
thought we was
white
kicking it
guy.
after that, not just this hour and then we done.
You know what? You just wasted
Oh
my
my
whole
gosh.
time.
Oh, you know what?
You're a waste of
You know what?
time.
I got
Like,
this. Let's figure this out right now.
My
You know what I'm
Uber's
saying?
about to
Time
be
out.
here.
Time out. Come here. Let's figure this out. Hey, how about this? Okay, so I left the tip. So check this out. You give me 250. Look at, we gonna make this real easy. I'll
Wait,
unfollow
what?
you. I'll unfollow you on Instagram. You give me 250 and I'll act like this never happened. Yeah, this is just half of your tip. This is way more.
my God.
That's actually way less than what I actually want from it.
Dude,
I really want like 5.
You've been begging me to go on a date with you
I
for
know.
3 months.
I know, and
You
I literally just
Do you
regretted it.
understand who-
I literally
do you
just
understand who
regretted it.
Just told you. Just
Oh
gave
my
you a
gosh.
yes to go on a date with you. Do you understand?
Do you think that's gonna?
Do you see
All
what
right.
this is right now?
You know what?
It
I'm
should
going.
Be a pleasure for
Yo,
you to even
get out of
for me to
here.
even say hi
You
to
ordered the most expensive steak. You better get your bro. All right, I'm gone.
All right, you know what? Listen. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Listen. Oh my goodness. First things first. First things first. The very first time that I saw this, I said, you know what? It seems fake. It seems like a skit, right? And I think I distinctly remember this couple from All-Star Weekend. Do you remember a video that went viral? I didn't speak on that video. But since they insist on continuing to propagate this type of stuff, because when I saw this, it was on a page that said, this is what it said, and this is why I'm doing this video. It said, this is why I'm not taking any more girls on dates, right? And so I was like, okay, so these people have put this possibly skit out, this thing that seems very, I don't know, there was just something about it that was just all right. So I felt that we could have a conversation about this because this happens in real life. And there are a few different things that are going on here. Number one, when I first saw this, and I read the caption that said, "This is why I'm not taking any more girls on dates." Who do you think they're referring to? So you see that they have a preference. You see she had the loose curl hair, she had a very exotic look, et cetera, et cetera. So they have this preference. And they jump through all of these hoops for the preference. But when they get scorned and forlorn, who is it that they take it out on? And I want to see your point of view on that. Because when they say, oh, this is why I'm not going out on any more dates, who do you think it is that they're not going to be, quote unquote, trying to take on any more dates? Do you think it's going to be their preference that they're not going to try to take on any dates? That's number one. That's one right there. That's one. So two is this, let's say, okay, listen, you know what? This was going to be number 3 or 4, but I'm just going to move this up to number 2. Ladies, you know what? When you are in a situation with a guy and the situation is going downhill, don't play these sorts of these games. Don't play those games. Just, especially when you see you're in an area where there are no witnesses and other people around, get out of there. Just get out of there. Protect your safety. You know, tell them whatever it is that they want to hear. Oh, you know what? Let me just go tell the Uber driver to go. And as soon as the Uber come, jump in and leave. Don't play these sorts of games, because the people who hold this type of ideal, right, are dangerous. They're unpredictable. You really don't know what they might do to you, right? So you're going to have to make sure that you keep yourself safe and get out of there. That's 2. 3, if a guy is interested in spending a certain amount of money and getting some guaranteed action at the end, he should just get with a working girl. However, they want to play this game, and in the game, they want to play this sort of chess with another person where they want to try to participate in a certain level of activity to see if they can get to a certain point, position, or place. Inside of this skit, she says, oh, you've been trying to get me to go out with you for 3 months, et cetera, et cetera. Oh my God, this is just... You know what's troubling to me about this? What's troubling to me about this is that they tell you, oh, you know, we want you to be young, we want you to be thin, we want you to have long hair but not be a weave, you know, exotic looking wave pattern, but it has to be grown out of your head. We want all of these different things, right? And then you give them that, and then they still are on some sort of trip where they're like, now we want you, who has all of those things that we said that we wanted and quote unquote preferred. And now we want you to walk around, get dressed up, look pretty, put on makeup, pull out all of those curls, and then walk around in the hot, humid sun, air, and wind, and walk around getting ice cream or walking around for some free date. when it comes to a young lady like that, that is the preference. You know, the young lady that, like he said, he met her on Instagram. She probably has a lot of followers. He's been trying to get at her for months, right? Why should she settle? You see, the thing about it is they want, God, part of the issue is that they want you to want them in the ways that they want you, when they want you, and how they want you, not a moment before and not a moment after. And they don't seem to want to put in the work. And men out here making themselves look very foolish. Like men like this, because my first advice to this young lady is, you know, if he's tripping like this over $500 or 530, 570, whatever it was that was on the receipt, right? Just go out with a man who can't afford it. And what type of man is that? Because there are going to be some women who are going to be out there who are going to be like, well, you know what? This is why I bring my own money on dates. And this is why I don't let a man pay for me. And this is why, because I don't want anybody expect. No, 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 no. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. Just go out with men who can afford it. Do you all remember that there was this episode on 90 Day, I believe it was 90 Day Fiance, where there was this black guy named Caesar, right? Let me look up this video because I covered this. He was scrubbing corns 7 days a week to be able to, here it is. I just found it. All right.
Scrub some calluses and some corns.
Listen, I'm going to show you all this video real quick so that we can just put this as an example in the middle of this, right? Here we go. Okay. So this is the video that I did. And I'll just take my, so we don't have double Tanya. Oops, that's not the right one. Here. So we don't have double Tanya. So here, let's play a little bit of this.
Scrub some calluses and some corns, boy, and bring me my money.
And I think I finally found the one woman that I've been searching for all my life. Her name is Maria. She's 28 years old, and she lives in Ukraine. We met on Anastasia Date. It's a very special website that brings Americans and Ukrainian women to meet each other for a small price. Anastasia Date has a unique system. You could buy flowers, candy. Then it's up to the girl whether she wants to respond. This is the card and the flowers that I sent her with my email and my phone number on it. This cost me $450. And then she...
Sorry, I'm still laughing. This is so funny to me. This was funny then, and it doesn't get old. This is just so funny. So basically, let me fast forward through this for you. All right, look at my face. Let me fast forward.
He emailed me back, and there was immediate sparks. Yeah, it was like firecrackers, and everything was just booming off. She's kind, she's smart.
All right,
funny.
let's keep going forward. Do
you think she's sending those videos to anyone else?
I hope she's not sending those videos to anyone.
Let's keep going.
And she wants to get married.
So look,
Maria and I,
he
we've
is
been dating
here
for 5 years, and we've
scrubbing
been talking about marriage
corns.
for a long time.
Why haven't you ever met her in person?
Well, because it's really hard for me to save up the money to do that. She's a receptionist. She's not getting paid that much, so I'm trying to at least help her and send her money.
Like a lot.
I give her probably about like $800 a month.
Okay, so look, okay, this is a good point to end it on right there. That's a good, look at my face. This is a good spot to end it on. Just so that you all can make an example, because what ended up happening with this guy is, because I didn't see the rest of it. This was the only clip I saw, because this is not a show that I watch, but you all told me. And you know what? That guy contacted me. He DM'd me. This dude, the same one in this thing, he DM'd me, but I didn't know who he was. Like, he DM'd me after this, but I went to his page and I was like, yo, this dude is dumb corny, right? And I was just like, And I didn't get back to him. And then something clicked and I was like, oh snap, that is that dude. And I was like, maybe he wanted to come on the show, and I wrote to him, but by that time, I'd never heard back from him, and I just stopped checking that part of my DM. But nonetheless, right, what ended up happening in this story is that young lady was real, right? The young lady was real, but she ended up getting with another guy. So this dude, this whole story was a boondoggle. He ended up bringing all these flowers to Mexico. So he was scrubbing corn 7 days a week to be able to send her money and try to take care of her and all of this and all of this other madness, right? And he wanted to meet her in Mexico. And I can't remember what people said happened, but you all know I think she said she wanted to fly a certain class or something like that, or stay at a particular resort. And he was trying to make her go low budget with him. And she didn't want to go low budget with him. And she ended up standing him up on the Mexico trip. And he was standing there with his flowers, according to people, and he just looked real dumb. And don't feel sorry for him, because he has videos out there which were like, he doesn't date black women because he doesn't like black asses, dark asses, or something like that, right? So I don't feel any type of pity or sympathy or nothing for him. So nonetheless, people were upset with the young lady in the Ukraine for standing him up and not taking him seriously and all of this other stuff. But she was weighing her options. She was weighing who had the best deal for what it is that she felt she had to exchange for that, right? And she ended up getting with this wealthy white guy who could afford to give her the lifestyle that she wanted. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. So this guy here in this video, and you know what, we'll play, let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the video so that you all can, for those of you who are coming in late and those of you who are just getting here, we'll play the video. We'll play the video from the guy again, right? We'll play the video from him again. Here we go. So this is the $600 date. Here we are.
Man, that place was bomb. Hey, yep, I valeted over here.
Okay, thank you so much for the food.
What? Why you give me a hug? What?
Thank you. I'm just,
I valeted over here though.
oh, you parked here?
Yeah, come on,
Okay,
I parked up here.
I already called me an Uber. You don't have to
What?
give me a ride.
What do you mean you called you an Uber?
Yeah, you don't have to give me a ride. I already called myself an Uber. Thank
Well,
you.
You know what I mean? You ain't coming with me? My crib, I don't know.
Your crib? I didn't know we were supposed to go.
I mean, I didn't either until you ordered that $600 meal.
What?
What?
What do you mean? 600?
I mean, what you ordered? You don't understand that big old steak you just ordered?
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to see the Salt Bay, dude. So I'm saying, like, what? Wait. So you're really trying to leave me?
I thought you had a good time overall.
I had a great time.
I thought we
That
were
wasn't the thing.
too, but we didn't like.
That ain't the
end up
thing.
seeing
You
it.
gotta hear me out. That ain't the thing. I'm saying, like, I just wanted to come. I know dude from social media, so I thought we was gonna come and, I was gonna try a couple appetizers and stuff. But after you ordered the steak, I figured you was really into me, if you know what I'm saying.
No, well, we're at this place where they have.
Nah, man,
these
you don't get it,
amazing-
man.
They have
You don't
these
get it.
amazing steaks.
I
What
mean,
do
who you
want
think
me
I
to
am,
do?
Big Meat? You think I'm Big Meat? You know?
Why would you bring me here then?
What do you mean? You recommended this. Why would you bring me here? I said I wanted to go on a date. We could have walked around, hold hands on South Beach or something. You know what I'm saying? I could have got you a rose or something simple.
Don't make me feel bad about.
No. Make me feel bad. How am I making you feel bad? I'm just saying,
you're
maybe we can go get
I
some voodoo.
chose
I'm not
this
trying to
place.
saying
You're
that you should
saying-
come to my house,
you're
but
saying
I
I'm
mean, you
wrong
could
for
come to my house.
choosing this
I'm just
place
saying,
and ordering.
I ain't saying come to my house. Just thought we was
Why
kicking it
not?
after that, not just this hour, and then we done.
You know what? You just wasted.
Oh
my
my
whole
God.
time.
Oh, you know what?
You're wasting.
You know what?
time.
I got this. Let's figure this out right now.
My
You know what I'm
Uber's
saying?
about to
Time
be
out. Time out. Come here. Let's figure this out. Hey, how about this? Okay, so I left the tip. So check this out. You give me 250. Look, we gonna make this real easy. I'll
Wait, what?
unfollow you. I'll unfollow you on Instagram. You give me 250 and I'll act like this never happened. Yeah, this is just half of your this not even, this is way more. That's actually way less than what I actually want from it.
Dude,
I really want like 5.
You've been begging me to go on a date with you
I
for
know.
3 months.
I know, and I literally just regretted it. I literally just regretted it.
Just told you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes to go on a date with you. Do you understand?
Do you think that's gonna?
Do you see
all
what
right.
this is right now?
You know what?
It
I'm
should be a
going.
pleasure for
Yo,
you to
get out of here. You ordered the most expensive steak. You better get your bro. All right, I'm gone.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was a lot. I just got so parched watching that. I just got so parched. Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't know what people are not getting. I don't know what people are not getting. You know, the thing about it is there are people who are saying that this is fake, that this is staged. Of course, of course, of course. However, the sentiment still stands. You know, we have Kitty Heels who is fake, but people are still watching him getting real quote unquote life lessons from all of that faketitude. And it's like these things are shaping and molding a generation. I want to hear some of your thoughts. You know what? I'm going to open up the phone lines, actually. I want to hear some of your thoughts. Yeah, there's the phone. There's the phone number right there. 323-488-3149. I want to hear your point of view on this. I want to, oh my gosh. Yeah. Let me get it open. Let me get it open. Give me 1 second. Let me, all right. Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. What are your thoughts on all of this? What are your thoughts on the sentiment, right? What are your thoughts on this new way of this new shift that is happening where men want you to be beautiful, be slim, stay young, never age, never gain a pound, have hair that is not genetically like the ones that they are able to produce or produce children who have hair like that. Go 50-50 on the bills and stay feminine. You're on the air with Tanya TKO. What's your name? Hi, you're on the air. Can you hear me? Oh, I don't think they can hear me. Hold on. I don't think the thing was on. Let's try that again. I need somebody to actually call and test up. Let's test and see whether or not we have the microphone set up the right way. Let's see. You're on the air live with Tanya. Can you hear me?
Hey, Tanya, this is Jennifer. How are you?
Hey, Jennifer. How are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, I don't think you can hear me. Hold on for 1 moment. Let me reconfigure the settings and make sure that we are, uh-oh. Let's see. It seems like, let's see if this does it. You on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hey, Jennifer. How are you doing?
Okay. No one can hear me. The thing is not configured right, but I'm not sure what is not. Can you hear the caller? Let me see what I need to change. Give me 1 second. I don't know why they can't hear. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I need someone to call and test. I need someone to call and help me test because I need to. Hi, you're on the air with Tanya. Can you hear me? Okay, this person cannot hear me. People were able to hear me yesterday, so let me figure out what setting I need to change. Let's see. I wonder why. Let's just start changing all of these. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
Hey, Tanya.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you
Okay,
hear me?
wonderful. Yeah, so I'm going to try a few different things because I had to do an override to get my mic on here.
Okay.
All right, give me
Okay.
just one moment. Give me one moment. Let's
Okay.
um let's just create. I just need to just shift this because I needed to come
Okay.
out of a particular area. Okay, can you hear me now? You cannot hear me. Can you hear me now? You cannot hear me. What about now? Nope. And now, let's see. It doesn't look like the microphone feed is coming through, which is weird. This is bizarre. Can you hear me? No. I'm just trying all of them. This is not it either. This is
Hello?
not it. Just one second, but she can't hear me, so this is not it either. Or this, or this. Let me see. Okay, what about this? Nope. This. Oh, you know what?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can
Can
hear
you
me
hear me?
now? You can hear me right now?
Hello?
Give me one second. I think I know what it is. Okay.
Well, I
What
can't hear
about,
you. I was listening to your live. Hello?
okay, so there's no sound coming in there, no sound coming in there, no sound coming in there, no sound coming in that one, no sound coming in that one, no sound coming on that one, no sound coming on that. But there should be, and now there's no sound coming in on this one either. I don't think that let me, what? The HE double hockey sticks. Huh.
Yes, I can hear you. Hello?
Okay. We need to try that again. I need someone who can call in and help me test and only listen through the phone and answer if you can hear me through the phone, not through the computer, because I need you to be able to hear me through the phone. Okay? All right. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay.
I need you to only, because I'm talking to you right now through an override, and I need you to
Okay.
only answer me through the phone.
Okay.
I need to switch back to the broadcast feed so that you can hear me from the broadcast feed. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so just give me one moment. But do you have your TV on?
I don't. Mm.
Okay, so just bear with me for just one moment. I'm going to be speaking to you through the phone. And if you can't hear me,
Okay.
you won't be able to hear me. But if you do hear me, then just tell me that you can hear me because I'm going to switch on each one of
Okay.
these. Okay, one
Okay.
moment. Okay, can you hear me?
Hello? I can hear you now.
You can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right, perfect. So go forward. What is your name?
Okay. My name is Anne, and
Hi,
I've ordered your
Anne.
books, and I watch your show all the time.
Thank
Well,
you.
not all the time, but when I catch it.
Okay, well, you should join the text notification squad, and that way you can watch it
I
all the
am.
time.
I will. I
Okay.
will. I've just been busy with school and trying to get things together. Um, so you want to know how I feel about, or how a
Yeah, what are
person
your
feels
thoughts about
about
this
the whole
whole
scenario?
situation?
I think there is a restaurant, I think, that in Beverly Hills in Miami, because I saw them flash the camera. There is a restaurant that's very expensive like that, so that could
Mm-hmm.
be real. And I looked at the menu. Beyonce's mother went there or something on her Instagram page. It's called Salt. The chef is called Salt or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they could have easily spent $500 there with two people. So that part could be true.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as like the woman and him spending that money, there's many a times that I know I personally went on dates. Probably didn't spend that person probably didn't spend that much money, but went on dates and I didn't have to, put out anything. Or it's just up to a woman's worth, how they feel about themselves and their standards, and the way the woman presents herself when she's around a man. A man can sense that, and they'll know what type of woman that. So how to be
What do you
treated.
mean? What do you mean?
What do what do I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You said that the way the woman presents herself around a man, that he can sense that.
he can sense it, because I'm not trying to brag on myself, but there's lots of times a man, like if I'm around someone, a man, when I was dating, now I'm with someone, been with him for a while, but um, they know, they can pick up on a woman's worth. Like, this woman is not going to, I can't just take her to Subway. I can't just take her to McDonald's. And I'm not knocking anyone that goes on those types of dates. Or they can pick up on how to treat a woman through their radars, and um, how a woman carries herself. Just like the Maya Angelou poem, when she walks in a room, you just have that aura about you that they're going to know that
Okay.
if a guy dares to
So
treat a woman a certain way.
so I would like to posit
Mhm.
that a way a person treats you is not because of who you are, but because of who they are. They treat you the way that they treat you because of who they are. And
And that's the case as well. Mhm. Mhm.
when you put yourself in the trap of believing that people treat you a certain way because of how you carry yourself, you put yourself in the trap of feeling as if when a person treats you well, it's because there was something about you that demanded this well treatment. However, if they treated you poorly, there's something about you that prerequisited this poor treatment. And unfortunately, that is false. A person treats you the way that they treat you because of who they are. If a person mistreats you, they mistreat you because of who it is that they are. It's not about whether or not a person treats you a certain way. Like, a person can pretend, yes. A man can pretend, and he can temporarily be on some sort of behavior because he is wanting to present a certain facet of who he is in front of another person. However, at the end of the day, the person is treating other people how they treat them because of who that person is. If a person is disrespectful,
Right.
they're disrespectful because
Mhm.
of that disrespectful airs inside of them already.
Right. You're 100% right. I guess I'm just reflecting on, like, at the beginning of a relationship, the dating part, but you're 100% right. At the end of the day, it's how they were brought up and how they are as a person. But a good man, I'm talking about like a good man, when he sees, when I say good man, I know no one's perfect. If he was brought up the right way, and he's going to sense how to treat a woman. But you're right. You're 100% right that it
Yeah,
depends on that
eh,
person. Hmm.
listen, like you said, nobody is perfect, right? People are human beings, and human beings make choice. People choose, men choose to treat people how they choose to treat them. Because at the end of the day, A person is going to be who it is that they are. And this is why you will hear content creators like, okay, let's say for example, Cynthia G will talk about how they get the same black man, that we're talking about preferences and Caucasian girls, etc. That they get the same black man, the same one that went out there saying, "Oh, if you were this and if you were that, then I would behave in this way. Then I would be faithful. Then I would spend money on you. Then I would be respectful to you." But at the end of
Right.
the day, it's who that man is. And when the novelty wears off, they're going to be who it is
That's
that they
true.
are. They're going to be who
That
it is that they choose to be.
that's true, and that's why a woman, especially if she's being treated disrespectfully on that first date, it's time for her to set boundaries, to say, "Hey, look, you're not going to treat me this way. I know who I am, and I know what I can offer you as a person. I'm not saying sexually or financially or whatever, but I mean as a person, as who they are." So it's up to that person to set that boundary. If a person's displaying bad behavior, so usually you're right. At the first date, usually they're putting their best foot forward. So, yeah, I
I
agree
would
with you.
like to also posit that sometimes we get ourselves caught up in trying to set boundaries with people who just really don't even need to be in our lives. You
That's
know,
true, and
like when we
mhm.
start saying, "Oh, you're going to treat me this way," there's no, you just could just go. Why you, if a person is
Exactly
exhibiting bad behavior on a first date, what conversation, what needs to be said? They are making a
right.
choice.
I agree. I agree. I've done that, and I've done it with guys that had things to offer financially that still wanted. And if I've seen some red flags, you set the boundary and say, "Hey, look, I'm not." When I say boundary, that can include that person's not going to be in my life because I can see where this is going. So, yeah. So I agree with you.
All right, thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, thank you. Nice to talk to you. I finally got to talk to you.
Yeah,
So
thank
I'm
you.
excited.
Thank you. Have a
Have a
great
good
day.
night.
Hmm. Yeah, we spend too much time trying to raise grown men. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
India Skinner.
I'm sorry?
Hi, my name is India Skinner.
Hi, India. You're on the air live. What is your comment?
Hi. I want to say that he was ill prepared. If you're going to take somebody on a date, you should make sure you can afford the highest thing on the plate. When I take my mother out, I'm always within budget. Second, as a woman who makes six figures, it is very frustrating to have to meet all of these expectations of being a feminine woman and still having to be able to work and provide as well. It's
Provide what?
extremely frustrating.
What are you providing?
Well, I provide for my family. I have two kids. But for me, from my past relationships, I have always been 50-50. And in my journey, realizing that me accepting a man and doing 50-50, I tend to um, what's the word? I tend to not respect the relationship, I'm going to be honest. When I'm providing 50-50, I don't respect the relationship. Therefore, I'm having trouble dating men who are expecting 50-50 or going half or even not not providing what I feel they should now.
Okay. Well, have you opened your dating options?
Recently, yes.
Okay, and how is that going?
It's going better. It's going better. There are personal things that I need to work on because I have been in this role of taking care of everything, maintaining my job, continuing to get promotions, and and being able to provide for a family, it's kind of hard to take a step back, and when you have a man that is willing to do that stuff, to take a step back and allow them to do that, that is personally something that I'm personally working on. But it's frustrating because I was forced into this role willingly, and now I'm trying to get a more feminine aspect of myself, and it's hard for me to let go of being in charge, basically.
Okay, which role were you forced into? And if you were forced into it, how was it willing? That's what I'm curious.
Well, honestly, it's from low self-esteem. So the prior relationships that I had, it was more so I had a feeling of that I had to accept what I could get. I had to accept what I could get. And now I'm realizing that and growing that is completely not the case, that I'm beautiful and worthy of all kinds of love. I deserve love now, in the future. But in the past, I had to accept what I had to take, and it wasn't good quality. And I was kind of forced into being a provider.
Okay, so you were forced into being a provider in a relationship or for your children?
Both. So.
But how were you forced?
So I can't explain it. It's
Did he up one day and said, "I ain't working no more"? You got me, right?
No, it was a gradual process. It was a gradual process because of low self-esteem. So for me, the point where I was at my lowest was when a friend was sitting with me and saying, well, you don't want to be alone forever. You might as well work it out with somebody that you're unhappy with. Not necessarily somebody I was unhappy with, but you might as well work it out. You have kids together. Even though you're unhappy, try to work it out. So it was a gradual process.
So your friend forced you into it?
No, my friend didn't. Nobody physically held a knife to my throat and said that I had to do this, but it was a gradual process of breaking down self-esteem that led me to feel that it was the only option I had. And the point that I'm saying is, because I know I am worthy of all love, I don't have to accept that anymore.
Okay. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving your point of view.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, let's jump to a quick commercial break. Are you tired of missing Tanya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing the live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, have you randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fitness platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now you can show up early with the Text Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off-platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to tinytko.com and click on text. Join the TKO Text Squad today. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance, you'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. tinytko.com/text. All right. Welcome. You're on the air with Tanya. What is your name?
Johnny.
Your name is John?
Johnny.
Yes, how can I help you, John?
Hi, Tanya. Hi, everybody. I wanted to ask you a question, Tanya, regarding uh, the young man that we saw in the video. Um, I look at him and I think about, who were his models growing up. I'm in my 30s, so if I were to talk to him like man to man about his dating habits and how he gets down, I would expect to see a lot of like intersectionality with things like age, culture. You know, you say you've said in the past, and I agree, we are not a monolith. People in general are not a monolith. Black people aren't a monolith. And I think sometimes that gets lost in a conversation about a lot of black men being this sort of monolith, which you never said, but, certainly public opinion lately seems to be focused on like black men being problematic. But it's like I look at that guy and like how he threw down all this money that, went to a place he probably couldn't afford in the first place. But I digress. I see how he approached this young lady and everything that went down. And I think, wow, that's like a far cry from how I was raised to even approach a woman. But see, how I was raised, my father being in his 60s now, just kind of, married for 30 years. All my uncles, grandfathers, like they were all providers. All of them have long-standing marriages. I would assume all the women in my life have been happy and content and successful and certainly cherished. But I look outside my family and I think like that, it's almost like that's a rarity. You've spoken highly of your father, Tanya, and like his influence and just, how he's basically a stand-up individual. And I look at the dude and I think, from the video, and I think, wow, like he represents, and this is why I know I'm kind of rambling, but this is why I think about like intersectionality. It's like an age thing. We're living in this hookup culture. A lot of these guys, they start, but their whole intention, right, is to obviously to score on the first night. And it's ingrained in a lot of black men who, I'm not trying to do the whole daddy wasn't there thing, but let's just be real. If I were to ask, dude, was your father a positive influence in your life? I would probably be remiss for him to say yes. Like, well, he probably wouldn't say yes. So it's like, who's the role model, right? So that's what I kind of just wanted to sort of touch base with you on, is a lot of these young black men. I'm assuming he's in his 20s. I'm guessing his age. It's neither here nor there his age, I suppose. But I look at it as a generational thing and a culture thing. The way that brother like approached that, and yes, we all know like self-hating black men will get with their light skin, preferences, as they say, all this. But it's I kind of want to say, like, even taking the black out of it, it's a generational thing. It's a culture thing with young men and this hookup culture that has been perpetuated. I wanted to know, do you agree with that? Do you agree that there's some elements of like intersectionality when we start talking about how these young men approach, women these days? It's very common. He's certainly not a rarity, right? That you could duplicate him a million times over with how you see dudes out there approaching women today. But I think it's a culture thing. I think it's a age thing. This hookup culture that is so perpetuated. But do you agree?
I didn't find a cohesive sentence or even question to hone in on in what it is that you just finished saying.
Could I frame it right now in a more cohesive way as a question for you?
If you could just really one sentence.
Yes. Do you believe that what we saw in the video represents a bigger issue of the hookup culture that is being perpetuated in young men today?
I don't know whether or not it's part of the hookup culture. I don't. I know that
Okay.
this toxicity that we saw in the video, it has been a long time coming, brewing from decades ago and culminating into what it is that we see today. I think that it is generation after generation of rampant,
Yeah.
irresponsible
Mm-hmm.
sexual behavior, and
Yes.
I don't want to say deviancy, but I think that there has been far too much of the patriarchy running unchecked, and we've gotten to
Yeah.
where it is that we are now. as a result. And so I'm not really sure what your phone call is wanting to accomplish right now.
My call is trying to connect some dots. This is a multifaceted video that we watched. I don't think it's just about a black male and his preference. I think it also goes into young guys and their influences. And I love what you said about generationally, because I guarantee this behavior, which is not just about him, right? Not just about the people in the video, as you say, but this behavior has been perpetuated and modeled for young men. So they will continue to do this if that is the mainstream of what they see. I compared when I was I'll make it short and sweet. When I was talking about myself, I was just saying I consider myself a far cry from his behavior, because I could never talk to a woman like that on the first date. Well, first of all, ever, let alone just come. First of all, we all know that was probably staged. But even if it wasn't, the lesson is absolutely present. Like, so I suppose I'm just connecting dots of like what we're talking about tonight has a lot of layers. At the end of the day, I do agree. Generationally, it's been a problem. So yeah, I know I'm
And
rambling, whatnot. I
what are
just want
you doing? You said you're in your 30s, right?
yeah.
What are you doing to reach out to the youth to help young men coming up behind you?
Well, I'm praying a lot, Tanya. Not to be funny. Like, I'm praying a lot because I feel like we need prayer. Um, I suppose the biggest thing is I'm trying to remind my younger men to go to therapy. They need therapy, obviously. In terms of what I'm doing, I mean, I do volunteer, Big Brothers of America, but that's again a generational thing. My father also did that, Big Brother. So it's like, clearly, we do what we see and what we know
When
to
was the last
do.
time you had a little?
Um, so because of COVID, it has been about a year. I live on the West Coast, so California just reopened. So I am active and able to, you know, do in-person work with a mentee starting next month. We just reopened. After, you probably know about what's
So
going
you're
on the
saying
West Coast.
that during COVID, they stopped the Big Brother, Big Sister program from even meeting virtually?
No, they had virtual meetings. I didn't take part because I had some family situations, having to take in my sister and my niece into my home, so I had to involve myself with that. But my sister has arranged some new housing that she'll be moving into next week, and so I'm able to get back to my life. And so I will be picking up where I left off with Big Brothers. But it has been about a year. They did have virtual continued services throughout that entire time. That was a personal reason I had to take a step back for the past year. But yeah.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. You know, I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this because hold for just a moment, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, I'm going to say this because we have men who call in and who are viewers of the show and who call in, etc. But I notice a theme with the men who do call in. And one of the themes that I notice is that they will, talk about how they're different from other men, how they're different from what other men are doing, different from the men in the videos, etc. But for the most part, when you ask them what they're actively doing to really create a shift and change in the community, they don't really have a concrete answer for what it is that they're doing. So it's like, I find that there are men who are in these spaces that are predominantly female spaces, and they come in, you know, cape in hand, bashing other men. And I'm sorry, this is not the place for you with all your penile glory to pull your nuts up onto the phone, beat them against the receiver, and tell me about what other men are doing so wrong up here on my show. This is not the place for that. I don't need to hear it from people who grow hair on their chest. I don't need to hear that. I honestly don't. We need actionable change. I don't need to hear a person scraping their beard across the phone as they tell me what all these other men are doing wrong and how they're so different. I don't need to hear it. I'm just saying. And I know that everybody is different. Me personally, as the content creator that I am, I don't need to hear it. So if you're a man and you want to take your testicles to beat onto the keypad to call up onto my line, I don't need to hear that. I really don't. Okay? I don't. Listen, we're going to read the apples real quick. We have a call that's holding, but I'm going to read these 2 apples that have come in. And I'm sorry, I'm being as nice as I can. I have not said anything rude to anyone. I have not. This is how a lot of women get swept up in a flurry of feeling and emotion, clapping. Oh, Hercules, you so good, you good. No, I don't have that for you. I don't. Go do what men do. Take action. I don't want women out here getting killed. Children got bullets flying around in the ghettos of America. We need action. We need action. I'm sorry. You can say whatever it is that you want to say about me. Maybe I'm not the content creator for you. Maybe I'm not the content creator for you because I listen, let me come to me, Apple. All right. So Willie sends $10. Thank you, Willie. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. Let me get you a heart and some hands in the air. Ariel sends $1 and says, your current video is broadcasting twice on YouTube. Yes, on the Tanya TKO TV page and the Tanya TKO live page. I've been doing that lately just to see how it is. But thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let me grab this call real quick. Let's see. Thank you so much for holding. You're on the air with Tanya. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Courtney.
Hi, Courtney. So how can we help you?
Yeah, this video really reminded me of another video that you reacted to of the cheater who was speaking about how he cheats on all these different women.
Oh, really? How so?
Because it really reminded me of how he said he would find women with low self-esteem and then try to giving them the least that he could. Basically, how he said he could try to get away with like $20 or $30 on a date or going to.
Okay, got you.
And I think the problem is that a lot of these guys that are doing this they're objectifying these women, because the second that she said she wasn't going to come home with him, all of a sudden it was about the money because he wasn't getting what he wanted from her. So it's really just about their ego and the fantasy of being with these women that they feel are unattainable to them.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, how why not just get a working girl? I feel like that also plays a part in why they don't do it, because again, it's to feed their ego. And also I feel like some people really get off on manipulating other people, and they have a weird, sick pleasure that comes from it.
Yeah. Thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm reading some of these comments and whew, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to get it. I'm trying not to. I'm trying. Listen. It's calling me. I couldn't help myself. Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. Super Mammy. I mean, come the hell on. Listen, you know what? Some of the ladies who have crawled up into my broadcast have bumped their heads and forgot where it is that they are. And they're waiting for a man, any man, to come, some person with a penis, to just come and take their testicles and beat them against the side of their head with it so that they could finally feel as if they got in the testicular attention that they've been craving for so long. This is how so many of you out there go and get fooled. If a man has to come to you to beseech and beg information from you and your uterus about how he can take action, listen, you better sit on the bottom dong. I don't understand what's going on with some of you out there. Listen, it's like, you know what? Listen, Black men have left this community in tatters. Because we got women out here. You ever seen, I remember I saw this, I don't know if it was Bram Stoker's or some Dracula movie where this mother effer was a dried up mess. He was a dried, sunken, sulling, crusty, dusty mess. And all he needed was one drop of blood for him to spring into life. I don't know if it was Bram Stoker's or Vesafarus or Nesafatu or whatever the Nefatu. They got so many different Draculas out there. But he was dried and crispy, all wrinkled up down on the floor, gasping. And this is the way Black women are in the damn Black community. All you need is one drop of fresh blood from a Black man, and then all of a sudden, you're springing to life. It's unbelievable. This is the desperation and exasperation, the thirst, the parchedness. We're so parched for attention, parched for one coily hair off the bottom of a man's sack to blow off and perhaps get stuck in our eye. We're so thirsty. And it's sad. It's just so sad. My goodness, all you have to do is hear the timbre of a man's voice on the phone and then you're brought down onto your knees. What is going on with you ladies out there? Have some composure and some decorum. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is not the right place for you to come if you have some sort of proclivity in you for male worship. This isn't the place for it. There are plenty of other channels where you can go and take your cape, throw it down onto the ground and bust yourself down onto your knees. There's other places for that. This is not the place. This is not the place for a man to be sitting up with his legs crossed, tight jeans and balls bunched up in the front, talking about, oh yeah, girl, he did so wrong. What we gonna do? Ow! This is not the place for that. For heterosexual men to, like, if you homosexual and we're all dating men, that's a different story. But if you're gonna call yourself heterosexual and you sitting up here with your legs crossed with your bunched up nuts in your tight ass pants over here talking about men out there so bad, girl, ain't they? This ain't the place for it. I'm sorry. Listen. Phone lines are open. I know. I've scared people away. Let me get to the apples. There's an apple that just came in. Naya sends $50. Hey, Naya, thank you. And she says, my first cash app for all you do for Black women, heart. Thank you so much. Thank you, Naya. We appreciate the love. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Listen, and I am not trying to be hard on anyone. I'm not trying to be hard. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Miss Tara.
Hi, your name is Tara?
Yes.
Hi, I need you to listen to me on the phone because you're going to get distracted because there's a 20-second delay from the TV, okay?
Oh, okay. I'll
Yes.
turn it off.
So, Tara, how can we help you this evening?
How can you help me?
All right, the phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. Please be ready when you call in. If you have a comment, let's talk. If you, listen. Listen, I'm sorry. This is, y'all making me look like a bad person. Listen. Phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. You already know the drill. Turn off your TV in the background. Be ready to talk to me through the phone. It's as simple. As simple as that. So nonetheless, lesser than none, as we were saying before, oh my goodness. You know what? Just listen. Tomorrow we're going to be, you know what, as a matter of fact, F that. We're doing another video tonight. We're coming out and doing another video tonight. I'm turning off the phone lines. I'm turning them off. Let me just get this turned off right now. Oh, the phone is, I got caught right before I clicked it off. Let's see. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
Hi, Jazz. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So how can we help you this evening?
I just had a comment for the video.
Okay,
and
let's talk.
Just listening to the live.
Mm-hmm.
For me, when I watched it, I was just thinking all of that could have been avoided before they actually went on a date. Skit or not, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking on Instagram for months, how hard is it to ask proper questions before you go out on a date? You're just wasting your time. She could have told him that all I want is some dinner and I'm expensive. And he could have been like, well, either I got you or I don't. So it's not a hard conversation to have had. And it could have took a couple minutes and they could have been, they couldn't have been in this situation. They didn't have to be in the situation they're in.
Okay. Well, you know what? That is so true. Communication could have, and I'm glad that you're the last call of the evening because this is a point that I wanted to make, but I did not get a chance to make earlier. Communication could have come into play so many different times here. You know, if as a woman, yes, you can give indications that it's going to be expensive to go out with you. You can also give indications about what you're in the mood for and up for. When you're in the restaurant, they can have a conversation. If a person orders something and you see it's $600, you can even when you sit down or before you even go out, you can let the person know what your budget is for the date. You can talk about what your expectation is. There's so many things that could be spoken about. And if he knew that he had some sort of problem or had some sort of expectation, that could have been talked about before he paid for the food, before they left the restaurant, all of that. All of that.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. All right. So listen. So the person who just came up on the screen says she actually told him he was lucky to even be in her presence. She just wanted dinner and nothing more. Some men are dumb. And then the comment went by too quickly. Listen, you know, it's all good when the man has the leverage and the upper hand, and he just wants to roll in, squirt, and then roll out. That's fine. He'll talk to other men, and they'll be like, "Yeah, pat him on the back." But if she just wants dinner and she wants to roll in and roll out, and she's like, "If you thought this was," then all of a sudden she's wrong, and there's million videos to shame her, and all of these quote unquote fake gold digger expose videos that people are obsessed with watching and making people famous for. You know, so it's like, it's fine when they want to engage in behavior that can create another human being and try to pretend as if coitus is not supposed to have any expectations. But then they go out to dinner, and an activity that does not require any fluids, an activity that you're sitting on one side ordering what it is that you want and enjoying the atmosphere and the evening out, and you're across from your preference and this pretty little thing and all of that. But then all of a sudden, if she just wants to, what's the word, dine and dash, then it's a problem. Then it's a problem. Listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, what? Love yourself. Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is what? There's so many self-love lessons here. Part of loving yourself is having conversations. Part of loving yourself is having tough conversations, having conversations about expectations. Part of loving yourself is being forthright, open, and honest with a person. If you're expecting for a person to sleep with you after a meal, have that conversation with them. If you expect that after the meal comes up to a certain amount, that something is expected from them afterwards, have that conversation. If you just want to eat, have that conversation. There are men out there, there are women out there who will just take you out to eat. If you just want to skeet, there's people out there who will indulge you in that too. So listen, on that note, I will see you all. Yes, I'm getting ready to make another video. We're going to be making a video about this. Let me see if I have it here. Yes, here it is. Here, we're going to be, let me pull this up. We're going to be making a video about this, my thing. So it's a video. I wish that I can't really show the whole screen because it's inside of my inbox. So we're going to be talking about this video of Caucasian young ladies crying. They're crying, and Black men are going crazy with fear and trepidation from seeing them cry. And so we're going to talk about that in the very next video. If you are on the text notification squad, get ready, because you are getting ready to receive another text, and we're going to be coming back out. It is a little late in the evening, but you know what? We are worldwide, and so there's somebody that is up somewhere. And right now, there's 900 of you awake on YouTube, 200 of you all on Facebook, and one person on Periscope. Just one person on Twitter Periscope who is on the broadcast. You know what? Listen, one person on Twitter, go ahead and say hello. We want to see who you are. Go type hello inside the thing so that we can see and say hello to you. You're my one person holding it down on Twitter. You're my one person. Let's see if we can get the person up here. Come on, Twitter, say hello to us. You can tell where the person is writing in from because you see the icon on the screen. So you see like the little blue F, that's for Facebook, the little red rectangle is from YouTube. Where's my Twitter person? It says just one person is watching from Twitter, and they ain't writing. They must have fell asleep right by their phone. You know how it is sometimes, and my voice can be very lulling. Marie, what are you doing eating guacamole at this time? Listen, where you at, Twitter person? Where you at? Oh, well, I guess maybe they couldn't get their fingers to the phone in time. Nonetheless, I will see you all in the very, very next video, because I want to cover this real quick while we have it up, because I've been wanting to talk about this for a few days, and I want to get your point of view on here about it. Oh, look, there's the Twitter person. Their name is Gonansi. Hey, Gonansi, you're the one person holding it down on Twitter for us. So nice to see you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Give a round of applause to our Twitter person. That little round of applause. Now that we have heard from our Twitter person, we can go on out. So if you all are ready, I am ready. Let's get our outro music. Let's get our outro music. Hey! All right, I will see you all in the very, very, very next video. We're going to be speaking right after this one. All right? All right. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. All right, I'll see you all.